Disney World's parking lot is bigger than Disney World itself. This is probably because the average car is bigger than the average human. A blue whale's fart bubble is big enough to hold a horse. So scientists who study cockroaches often become allergic to them, and at the same time they also become allergic to most brands of pre-ground coffee. Did you know that banging your head against a wall can burn 150 calories an hour? Summer body, here I come. Saudi Arabia imports camels and sand from Australia. Yoda and Miss Piggy are voiced by the same person. Barack Obama has won more Grammy Awards than Katy Perry. If you were to fall into a black hole from somebody else's perspective, it would look like you're getting closer and closer and closer, but getting slower and slower as you get closer until you hit this event horizon, and then you would just completely stop. It looked like you froze, but then you would get really, really red until you just disappeared. And from your perspective, it would look like you're falling into a hole. Basically, you'd be able to see the entire universe, but it's getting like smaller and condensing with all black around it, like you're kind of falling into a tunnel. If you had enough water, Saturn would float, but we're pretty sure that if you had enough water to float Saturn, the water would collapse under its own weight and form a new star. The sun and the moon appear to be the same size from here on Earth, and there's no reason for this, it's just pure coincidence. If our sun was scaled down to the size of a blood cell, the Milky Way would be the size of the continental United States. There are 7 billion people on a rock floating around a star, surrounded by infinite nothingness for reasons we'll never know, understand, or even begin to control. And you can question why we're here, but you should also question why anything is here in the first place. Why does anything exist? Why does the universe exist? What is the purpose of the entire thing? Like, if we are truly alone in the universe, would it even exist if we weren't here to observe it? Everything's survival rate declines to 0. You, me, our sun, our galaxy, our entire universe will all die one day. It's the one true guarantee that we have in life, that everything is gonna die. Nothing can escape death, and it's extremely unsettling to think about, but it's also kind of comforting in a strange way. I always wonder if one lifetime is gonna be enough time. Like, I feel like it won't. I'm genuinely afraid that I'm gonna live to an old age, and when my time comes, I'm just not gonna be ready yet. Like, that thought terrifies me. Blind people don't see black, they just don't see it all. A good way to think about it is like, we can't see the Earth's magnetic field, but birds can. Or like, what's it like to see out of your elbow? It's not about imagining it, it's just that they lack the visual stimuli altogether. We don't bite down on things, we bite up. The mantis shrimp can see so many more colors that we can't even begin to imagine because they have 16 color cone receptors. We only have 3. Dogs, by comparison, only have 2, which means that they don't see in black and white. They just can't differentiate between red and green. For some reason, suicide rates double on Wednesdays. Not a single one of the cells that compose you knows who you are or cares. We could be living in an alien simulation right now, and some minimum wage alien employee could accidentally hit the reset button, and all of our friends, our family, our history, our memories, our thoughts, all of it could be gone. Just like that. There are more scales on a single alligator than there are alligators in all of space. Earth is actually the biggest planet in the entire world. There are more trees in Earth's ocean than there are trees on the moon. Your nipples are older than your teeth. Cannibalism is still legal in Germany. Mystery flavored Airheads are actually just made from the scrapes and cuttings that didn't make it into the final batch, so each Airhead is actually a mystery flavor. Reasons the world could end right now that we have absolutely no control over. Yellowstone could erupt at any moment, like right now. It could literally happen right now, and most of the world would be dead or destroyed from the initial eruption. They estimate that everything within a 2,000-mile radius will be covered in 12 feet of ash if that happens. If an asteroid was going to hit Earth, it would only have to be 60 miles wide for it to completely destroy everything. And it'd be way more terrifying if you were on the other side of the Earth when the impact happened, because you're gonna die. It's just not gonna be instant. The Catherate gun could go off, also known as sudden climate change. Our oceans heat up, releasing methane, causing a greenhouse gas effect, causing everything to heat up even more. This has caused mass extinction before, so it's probably going to happen again. It's actually the most likely out of all the reasons I listed to kill us all. Schizophrenia can hit randomly from the ages of 15 to 26 if it's in your genetics. Some people are totally fine one day, and then the next, bam, auditory hallucinations and delusions just start happening. Seeing a picture of a brain is like our brain looking at nudes. Which honestly just makes my tattoo a little bit more gruesome, but whatever. There's a weird theory in neuroscience that there are two existing entities inside your mind, but only one of them actually has access to speech, which is a very disturbing idea. A frog vomits by spitting out their stomach and then digging out the food with their hands. The inventor of toilet paper decided to print his name out on each of the sheets. I don't think he thought that one out very well. The continent with the highest average education level is Antarctica. When you lay down outside, you're actually staring into an infinite cosmic abyss with only Earth's gravity stopping you from drifting off forever. I'm scared. Stars are actually really loud. This is because they fuse hydrogen and then radiate that energy away. And so let's say space was filled with air and we could hear our sun. We are 93 million miles away and it would still be about 125 decibels. So that would be like a jet engine around us all the time, constantly, forever. Our sun takes up about 99% of all the material in the entire solar system. Jupiter takes up more than half of that remaining percent. That means that all the planets, asteroids, moons, comets in our fucking solar system combined are still not as big as Jupiter. There's a dust cloud at the center of our galaxy, about 150 light years wide, and if somehow you're able to take off your spacesuit, it would smell faintly like rum and raspberries. A frog vomits by spitting out their stomach and then digging out the food with their hands. The inventor of toilet paper decided to print his name out on each of the sheets. I don't think he thought that one out very well. The continent with the highest average education level is Antarctica. Schizophrenia can hit randomly from the ages of 15 to 26 if it's in your genetics. Some people are totally fine one day, and then the next, bam, auditory hallucinations and delusions just start happening. Seeing a picture of a brain is like our brain looking at nudes. Which honestly just makes my tattoo a little bit more gruesome, but whatever. There's a weird theory in neuroscience that there are two existing entities inside your mind, but only one of them actually has access to speech, which is a very disturbing idea. Your nipples are older than your teeth. Cannibalism is still legal in Germany. Mystery flavored airheads are actually just made from the scrapes and cuttings that didn't make it into the final batch, so each airhead is actually a mystery flavor. Saudi Arabia imports camels and sand from Australia. Yoda and Miss Piggy are voiced by the same person. Barack Obama has won more Grammy Awards than Katy Perry.